Okay, guys, welcome to Tech Tuesday. Today we are going to go over how to make videos in Canva. It should be pretty easy, so let me share my screen here. All right.
Sorry I'm late. I'm here.
Oh, Isaac, you're lucky. You're cute. I'm just kidding. Oh, you're at Craig's Open.
Yeah, he had to get away, and I told him at Tech Tuesday, but yes, if I could come here for a minute, and it's been more than a minute, so that's full time.
That sounds about
So,
right. All right,
uh,
cool. So let's get started. The listing that Isaac is at is actually going to be the one that we make the video for today. So can you guys all see my screen and it looks good?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
yes.
So here, let me see if I can move this bar to a different stop. There we go. Okay, so to start, obviously this is a way to make videos. It doesn't have to necessarily be listing videos. It can be any sort of advertising that you want to use a video for. Videos do tend to perform better on Facebook and Instagram than individual posts. However, there is you want to be offering quality, because if you make really long-winded videos, a lot of times people aren't going to continue watching them. So normally what I would do if I was making a video for you guys is I would go and I would look for the property, grab the photos from there if you didn't email them to me. But instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Canva, and then up here you can see where it says create a design. So this is where you want to figure out where you're trying to make this video, like where are you trying to put it. So Instagram and Facebook, those both are the same company, but they do have different requirements for the size of videos that perform best. So after the meeting, I will send you guys this link. This is Sprout Social. Sprout Social has this always up-to-date guide to social media video specs, and this is where I come all the time. Unfortunately, there's so many social media platforms and they decide to upgrade and change all the time. So this is my sort of go-to place before I put in a lot of effort. I'll see the last time it was updated, and then I'll figure out where I'm trying to put the video. So we'll go down to Facebook, because yeah, roughly 45% of users watch at least an hour or more of Facebook videos or YouTube videos in a week. So this is a really important. It's good to integrate some video into your advertising. So there's two video option orientations. There's landscape and portrait. So I'm gonna do landscape, which is horizontal, and then portrait is vertical. So just think of, I don't know, Ansel Adams and the Mona Lisa. And then maximum width is 600 pixels. And that depends on the aspect ratio. So aspect ratio basically just means keeping things in proportion. So if you wanted to make your video bigger, for example, you have to make sure that these numbers stay relative to one another. So it's always got to be a 16:9 ratio. So if you want to do like 17, for example, you would have to go 17:10. Just sort of keep it one. You want to make sure that you're like, imagine pulling from the corners. You want to make sure you're always pulling from the corners to make sure your proportions stay the same. So max video length is 120 minutes. I don't think that's going to be an issue with y'all. And then the recommended video formats are MP4 and MOV. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Canva, and then we're going to do create a new design, and then custom dimensions. And then it was 1280 by 720. And then you start with something totally blank. And so what I usually do is I like to keep our branding pretty consistent across everything. So I know that I've already made a post for Craig. So I'm gonna just look up the Team Tuttle stuff. This is one of my secret time-saving hacks. So I'm going to go to my designs. These are not my designs. These are templates on Canva. Come on. Okay, for some reason when I search, it's not pulling up. So we're gonna go back home. I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way and go to all of your designs. So there's like a billion things on here, so bear with me. But here's the design I made for Craig's Brokers Open. So even though I don't want all of this, because obviously the size for this is a little bit different, I can still go down here and I can just drag my mouse and copy all the stuff I want, and then hit copy, go to this page and hit paste. And then I'm going to get rid of this. It looks like it didn't bring over the marble, so I can go back here and grab that. Oh, there's probably a white over the marble, but so you can bring this up. I think this is looking kind of crazy huge. I probably am not going to do that. So I might just keep it small and in this corner, and then I'll pull the picture all across the back. So when you have your photos, you can upload them here. Gonna have to forgive me as I scroll through. Been making lots of designs for y'all. All right, so I'm gonna find a good cover photo for the listing. So if the exterior of the house is not super impressive, I still think having, this isn't like when you put a listing up on the multiple, you get total control over this. So let's say I didn't love the front of the house, but I thought this photo was just gorgeous. So I could take this photo and then drag it up. And then this is kind of where the aspect ratio kind of sucks, because you see that we have all this space over here. So you have a few options. I could take the design I made down here and sort of fix it so it fits here. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill the page. So I'm going to grab it from the side, drag it over. And then I want to keep the chandelier in there. So I'm going to hit crop. And that gives me the ability to move it up and down to decide what I want in the picture. And that looks better. And then I'll pull this over a little teeny bit. All right, probably keep it more like that. Maybe even shrink all this down a little more. So take this, lock it, then drag across everything and bring it down. Because your information is going to be on the Facebook ad. So let's see an example. So I tried to place an ad the other day on Facebook. It ended up looking or performing really, really badly because I overspecified my audience. I thought that because I had created so many different ranges around Tacoma and Gig Harbor and Seattle and stuff that it would work better, but it did not because I did the luxury listing thing. So when you see the ad, you kind of see like a peek of what it's going to look like. And it's going to have a click through for your information. So you don't have to, I don't know why it's pulling up or not pulling up. Sorry guys. But normally you would see the ad here and then there's like a little area where the caption shows, and that would lead people back to the Team Tuttle page. So you don't necessarily have to have your own branding on here. So what I might do instead is get rid of Craig, get rid of the one, pull this over, switch it. I try to make everything that I design reusable so I don't have to keep reformatting as time goes on. But you can even see that even though I did have to work a little bit harder to make this all fit and look right, it wasn't a ton of work or time because I already had that design in Canva that I was able to reuse. Make that nice and thin. Okay, cool. So then what you could do, I would only put your information on the cover page if you do put it on there, because you want people to be looking at the pictures of the property. So let's slap a couple guys on here. And then add a page. Another trick that I really like, let's put the One Lux logo on here. Where did it go? There we go. So if you take the logo that you want, try to figure out where you can have a consistent spot for it where it's not super in the way. I like keeping it over here, but then you can copy and paste, and Canva's smart enough to know that you want it in the same spot as you had it down here. So another thing you can do is you can duplicate the page, and then you can just take your photo and drag it, and it should fill for you. Wasn't a great example. All right, Canva's not liking that I'm streaming right now, so it's a little glitchy. So you'll have to forgive me, but okay. So 4 slides, we'll pretend that's enough. We'll add a 5th one just for good measure. All right. So something I do before I create a video is I go down here to the grid view, and it shows you everything you've made so far. So you can make sure that it looks cohesive. You can pick stuff up and move it around. You know, this is the front of the house, so I might switch that to being number 2, just so it looks like a better walkthrough. And this is where I would check, like making sure that the logo was in every corner. It's not in this one, but just because it's an example, it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna name this Team Tuttle Example Video. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here to download. And here's what's really cool about Canva is you can pick your file type. So PNGs, JPEGs, PDF prints, the high quality ones, all of those are great for when you're printing something. But we're gonna go down here to MP4 video. If you wanted to make a GIF, I would keep it no more than like 2 slides, maybe 3, be really, really quick and to the point. That might be an option if you're creating a video for, like, I don't know, you're showing off a local coffee house in Tacoma to show that you're super local and it's just a picture of you and a friend toasting. That's something that would make a good GIF. You want to keep anything that's going to be a bit longer as a video. So we're going to hit MP4 video. And then don't click out of here because sometimes Canva will stop your download if you click out. All right, cool. So it's downloaded. If I click on it, I can open it and see how it looks. So I like it. It does take a couple seconds, like 4 or 5 seconds to transition from slide to slide. Personally, I'm okay with that, especially for like a listing like this, because I want people to take a bit of time to look through the photos. And I do think 4 seconds is like a good amount of time. I wouldn't do any faster than that or kind of give people whiplash on your video. So there's that. And then let's decide, like, I want to put music on it. So what I would do is I would go to YouTube and I would look up either unlicensed, royalty-free, or no copyright music, and then a couple keywords for like the atmosphere vibe that I'm trying to pick. So technically everything as soon as it's made is copywritten. So if I went on SoundCloud and messed around and came up with like a 30-second beat, it's copywritten by me just by being breathed into existence. So when you find stuff that says unlicensed, royalty-free, no copyright, that means that they're giving you permission to use it without having to pay them anything, without having to give them any credit, etc. I do think it's nice if, like, you know, this person, he's got a fair amount of views, but he's not a super famous artist or something. I would probably try to find his information and like send him a thank you or tag him in something. But that's just because I think I'm overly polite sometimes. So unlicensed music, real estate, I think I'm gonna look up upbeat piano because I think that would match sort of the feel of Craigslisting pretty well. So you can go through here. I hate that YouTube has decided to put advertisements on every video and sometimes two of them. I apologize, guys. Okay, so let's listen to it. Okay, it works. It's sort of in the background. I like it. So what I'm going to show you next is a little sneaky secret. I use this website. It is, I question the legality of it, but this is unlicensed. So what we're doing is totally fine. This website that I'm going to show you, you can take licensed videos and download them. But as one of the admins at your office, let me tell you to not do that. It's not a good call. Don't take anyone else's projects without their consent. It's just not nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to the URL and I'm going to copy it. And then I'll share this website with you guys as well. It's called offliberty.com. So I'm going to put this in and then I'm going to hit off. And what it does is it extracts the video and then it also extracts the MP4 file. Or the MP3 file. So you can either use just the video or just the audio. So I'm going to go to extract audio. And then right click here and hit save as. And it downloads. Cool. So now I've got my music and I've got my video and I have to figure out how to put them together. So another website I really like is called Kapwing. Kapwing has this weird kitten theme, which I think is hilarious, but it's totally free to use. You can upgrade to Pro for like bigger projects and longer videos. I'm just making something quick, so the free one's totally fine for me. So I'm gonna hit new project and I'm gonna just do this. And then over here, it says click to upload. So you can either drag and drop or you can go to your downloads folder. So I'm gonna do this. So you're gonna do the video file first. All right, cool. And then I need to remember how to add music. So you go up here to audio and then click to upload audio. So I'll just drag it from here. And then you can choose when the audio starts, etc. So I'm going to start it a little bit later. And then the volume's pretty loud, so I'm going to adjust the volume. All right. Oh, where is it playing from? I don't know where it's playing from, so we're going to move on. Kapwing kittens. Okay, so Kapwing was playing that music for some reason, but you saw that I downloaded it. So let's check it out. and it worked. So I would probably rename the file something different. So if someone decided to save it or share it, they could find that data pretty easy. But that's about it, you guys. That's sort of my quick overview on how to, here we go. So let me stop share. But yeah, what are you guys thinking? How you feeling about what I showed you?
I have a question, Susanna. In regards to the Canvas application, is that an app? Is that
So Canva.com is this website. It is free to use. What I have is I have the paid for version, which is awesome because you can put your brand kit in here. So I have like all of my different fonts. I have all of my different, so let's say, pull up a blank post here. It keeps all of my uploaded pictures over here, which I think it does in the free one as well, but you have a lot more space to upload in here. And then you can also go to folders, which has all of your logos in it, which is awesome. And then if I go to text, I've already set what fonts I like to use, and all of these are branded fonts. If I go to elements and let's say I want to drop a circle in here.
how do I get back to what, how do I see what you're seeing? Because the only thing I see is join audio, share screen.
Oh, sorry. I forgot that I was not sharing my screen anymore. So Canva is really great because, let me see if I can share this with you again.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, but Canva is great because over here, you've got all your document colors. So you've got the right shade of gold, right black, right white. You've got all of your logos ready to go that you can just drop in here. They've got all sorts of frames that you can use. So if I wanted to, like this is our new broker, Christy. So I can drop her in here. I can crop it to make her more zoomed in, but it will hold that circle shape. It's $12 a month, I think.
Okay.
So Canva is fantastic.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. And then what about you, Danny? You doing good over there too?
Yeah, I'm decent with Canva. That very first website you were on, though, what was that one for again?
So that one was Sprout Social, and that is a website that tells you what size your designs need to be.
That's right. Okay, that was
yeah. So like if you're running a Facebook video ad versus an Instagram video versus like just a Facebook video. They also have ones for LinkedIn, Instagram, TV, Twitter, and Snapchat.
And then you just went to Canva, created it, had as many slides as you wanted. No, I think it's just gonna take like messing around with it probably to.
Yeah, it just takes a little bit of practice. I'll send you guys the recap email and it'll have all of the different sites and I'll explain to you guys why I go there and what they do.
Okay.
I will say again, just for liability purposes, of course, please don't download any copywritten music or anything.
Well, it's good to know that there was unlicensed music because I didn't realize that there was. So.
Oh, there's so
good.
much. There's so much unlicensed music. And then let me see. I've got one quick thing.
So Robyn, I shouldn't do my video with Forever by Chris Brown?
I mean, Chris Brown is gross, so I wouldn't recommend that anyway. But
I would say you do you, boo, but
yeah,
you. But I'm on Team Riri. So, also,
I was making a statement.
I'm just kidding.
Wouldn't that be great? Like, open up the door of your listing and be like, you know that. 2, 3, 4, and then you go through the house. That'd be awesome. That'd be pretty sick. I'm gonna call him up. See if they'll let me use it.
You give him a ring and let me know how that goes. But
yeah.
What is also kind of awesome is in the United States, any musical works published in 1924 or earlier are considered public domain. So you have to check on the different countries, but one of my favorite songs is Clair de Lune by Debussy. and that was written like a billion years ago. So it is free for me to use that song. However, depending on the person that is recording the song and playing it, they might have copywritten their version. So just something to keep in mind. Copyright law is a little bit confusing. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll ask my attorney husband for his advice. Isaac looks like a painting, but all right, guys, I feel good about this Tech Tuesday. I think you guys are gonna pick it up pretty quickly. It just takes some messing around. So if you do have a listing, this is something that I would start messing around with like as soon as you get the pictures. Like you don't have to have your remarks made yet. The most annoying part is going to be actually making the video, and then later you can make the captions and stuff. So don't sweat it. Just let me know if you have any help. The most important thing is just giving me a little bit of time to make sure that I can get around to helping you as well.
Thank you.
Perfect.